My training camp is going marvelous. I think this is one of the best camps I had thus far since my pro career. I got some real good work from out of town. DC guys came up, supported Shabazz promotion in the movement. Had a chance to go out to Vegas to train out there with Hassim, Coach Ibn. You know what I mean? Shabazz was out there with me. So it was a real good look, different perspective. You know what I mean? Got a chance to work on some different things. You know what I mean? For my first 10-round fight. Well, my purpose is really like something I really can't really explain. You know what I mean? Because when I first was boxing when I was younger, you know what I mean? Like every up and coming fighter, you know what I mean? They want to be a professional boxer or a professional athlete. You know, and then once the opportunity came about, you know, when I had to, you know, make the decision, real life and boxing, you know what I mean? I chose real life. So I thought I was done with boxing, you know what I mean? But you know, this game, sometimes it chooses you. So my motivation is a lot deeper than everybody else's, you know what I mean? Because I'm driven by greatness, I would say, like, you know what I mean? So even after my first loss, you know, it was like I ain't done yet, you know what I mean? So it's like I got vendetta, I got a chip on my shoulder, you know what I mean? So it's like it's no give. So I'm motivated by, you know what I mean, just being the best person I can be, you know what I mean? Once I'm done with this game and I gave it my best, and that's where I'm at, then I can say, you know, I'm done with it. You know, until then, right now, I'm going hard. When I was coming up, you know what I mean, the boxing was a little different, you know what I mean? So I had a chance to be on the scene before dudes even knew who I was, but I was right there with all the fighters coming up, you know what I mean, with training camp. So I had a chance to witness the business side of it, you know what I mean, to say, and how the fighter gets pimped, you know what I mean? So when knowing that going in, you know what I mean, I had the opportunity to choose, you know, real life or come back to this boxing career. You know, I was saying I gotta get my own money. You know, when the time comes, I'm gonna do it my own way. You know what I mean? So I put boxing on the back burner for a while. You know what I mean? Always stayed in the gym though. You know what I mean? Stayed half sharp. You know what I mean? Never got fully out the game. So when it was time, you know what I mean, it was time for me to turn up and get fully dedicated, I was right back in it. So here's the problem now, whereas though now you coming back in the game, and you know where you gonna go with it. You know what I mean? So my best bet was get my name out there and just stay hard, and opportunities will come. So it didn't work like that though. So it was for me. You know, I had to hit the road, you know what I mean? I had to go take crazy fights, you know what I'm saying? I had to go take a trip down Florida, I had to go down Dover Downs, I'm the underdog, people born, you know, at the same time, you know, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go handle my business, you know what I mean? So I knew I wasn't no opponent, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I just had to figure out a way to get to the grind, you know what I mean? So now that boxing's back in Baltimore, man, that's a blessing, you know what I mean? That's a blessing in the sky. So I'm seeing a lot of these up-and-coming fighters now, they ain't even experienced that, you know what I mean? They don't even know about, you know what I mean, fighting on the road, getting booed on your debut fight or your second, third fight, you know what I mean? Everybody booing, you're like, yo, I'm gonna mop the floor with this guy. The guy you rooting for, I'm gonna knock him out, you know what I mean? They don't know nothing about that, you know what I mean? So it's good. I'm glad boxing back in Baltimore. So it gave me the opportunity now, taking these crazy fights, fighting everybody undefeated. You know, I got time now to sharpen my tools, sharpen my sword. You know what I mean? So now when we go back out there, we bring these dudes in. I know, and the funny thing is, these dudes coming in town to fight me, I know what they going through. They really think they can beat me. You know what I mean? Because I was that guy going in somebody's backyard. You know what I mean? So I don't take none of these guys lightly for granted, because I know I was there. You know what I mean? You got going to do hometown. You know what I mean? You know you're gonna have to scratch him out. You know what I mean? If it's close, it's going to him, you know what I mean? So I got that same hunger, that same drive every time I step in the ring, you know what I mean? So, you know, I know what it is. So these guys, you know, ask me, I think they got it too good, you know, fighting at home every fight, you know what I mean? You know, but you know, my first year, you can go on BoxRec, look at my record, you know, my first 6-7 fights on the road, you know what I mean? Going fighting everybody, crazy records, coming out with the win or a draw. You wanna put a fighter in a position where he can still grow. You know what I mean? You don't want to put him in a fight where he mop the floor with the dude. You want to put him in a fight where he overwhelmed, where the dude gonna destroy him. So you still gotta mold the fighter up. You know what I mean? But we past that now. Like we ready to jump out there. You know what I mean? So these fighters coming up now, they need to understand that because this game is dirty. These wolves out here, you look like you food, you lunch meat. So these dudes coming up, these fat rackets, they never been tested. They better not take that for granted because they gonna chop your head off. You know what I mean? Feed it to the pup. Oh yeah, May 14th, Timonial Fairgrounds, Baltimore. We here, man. Let's get it.